What's up, guys? Scott from 4LowPhoto, and today I'm excited. I'm excited because we got a box here from Bunker Indust, which I'm assuming is short for Bunker Industrial, and they sent us something cool to check out, and that's their new synthetic winch rope kit. Bunker is kind of a new company coming out, and they're promoting an affordable off-road recovery gear, which we all know can be detrimental in the off-road world. So we want to make sure that everything's up to par and check it out. So let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. 25,000 pounds synthetic winch rope. Some of their notable features are stainless steel eye loop, pretty standard there. Heavy duty construction, composed of 12 braided Dyneema, that word always gets me, strands that can bear up to 23,809 pounds of braking strength. They got a polyester protective sleeve, and they also have a red jacket towards the end, a red worn jacket that lets you know when you're getting close to the end of your winch line. You don't want to have too much line out. So let's get into it and see what we got. Guess in this case our worn line is yellow, but that's okay. We got the gray rope. There you go. That's the worn line there to let you know you're coming close. We got the polyester sleeve, and we got our line here. So nice. There you go. Looks pretty good. Put our factor 55 on there. Bunker Indust, once again. Yeah, I don't know if that's the conversion from China to industry, but yeah, we're gonna go with Bunker Indust. It's got this sleeve on here. A lot of people like to leave these on. They're protected if you were to set this thing over a bunch of rocks, and then look, your line actually can move through it and not damage the line. So if you had to use a pivot point like this over a rock, sometimes these sleeves are very nice to do that. Like I said, to see how nice that moves. And yeah, let's get this thing on the Gladiator and see how it does, and then we'll get some tests going. All right, let's get into it. Got the metas going. Okay, so now we're gonna switch over here. Hopefully my mic's still recording. All right, so as you can see, we got this over here, but the first thing we need to do is get this one off of here. So we will start that by taking off the factor 55. This is the flat link, if you're not familiar with that. Great replacement for a hook on your winch line. Closed system winching. And what they do is they give you this little clip in there. You just gotta come in here. All right, so pinch this little guy out here. Take that out. And then that'll allow your pin to come out and your old winch line to come off of your hook there. Set that aside. All right, now that we got the factor 55 off of there, one of the important things is so we don't have to use the winch. We can literally just set this guy to disengaged. Oh, actually, you know what'd be really good? Let's put some gloves on. It's always good to deal with this stuff when you're dealing with the winch line. Anytime parts or skin can get caught, it's always a good idea to have some gloves on. Ours particularly here have to be made by Warren, so you know. Winch lines also happen to get flattened like that, and that's no good when they get close to around the motor, it can just lead to breakage, and it tends to happen when they get down there and then they get hot from the motor.
Fun part is, are we gonna be able to access this in there to be able to hook this up without taking everything apart? Because I definitely did this when the winch was not on, so that's gonna be our next fun part. Yep, that definitely looks like it's gonna give us a little bit of trouble. All right, so it does look like we can access for this, and then this one is gonna go directly on there. And then that came with it had a little bit of its own bracket system, but this one's just gonna bolt onto the side there. And yeah, let's see what happens. All right, I finally was able to get to this bolt here. Let's see what we're dealing with. Of course, that hit the ground. Perfect. All right, so this has a little bracket on there. A little different than this, so we'll have to bolt this one directly to the drum. Nope, there's the bolt. Okay, perfect. All right, the always handy grabber. Oh, look at that. All right, let's make sure. Hopefully this guy fits in here, and it doesn't. Perfect. All right, we're gonna have to figure something else out because this had this bracket and this guy had this thing. All right, here's some people may wonder when you are starting a winch. I suppose other ones could be different. For the most part, you want to feed this through your fair lead. You want to have that on already. Then you're going to come under the drum and wrap around. However this mounts to your drum, a lot of them are different. Some go on the side, some go down. Warns have a nice little notch on there usually. But what you want to do is make sure you're going up and around the drum so you don't come this way. You want to make sure that you're not going against yourself when you're going to wind it up. So just making sure. See that? Around the drum, that way is the important part. Okay, now that I got that guy started on there, we'll just go ahead. What you want to do is start slowly. And you do need to bring this thing under tension, but when you're just doing like this, you just want to go like this by hand until you get it started. And the rope will kind of naturally follow itself along there. You just want to make sure it's packed up tight. See, move that over a little bit, get that guy on there nice and tight. Yep, then you want to apply some pressure here. Like I said, use your hand, but be careful, don't get anywhere near that. And then once we got this thing started, we want to get one over and then make it start bumping back the other way. Let's see, I'm going to fix that. Just kind of got to guide it a little bit when you start out. Then it should naturally follow. All right, now that we got our second row going on there, we're going to bundle this thing up and kind of find a tree. I don't think I have enough distance here. I'm going to see if I can find a field and get this thing, because you want to bring it under tension. First of all, most winch ropes aren't even going to fit unless they're brought in under tension, because you need to squeeze them down a little bit. And as I can see, this one had a little different system. So I did just go ahead and duct tape that guy down. That's only to get it started. The rope's going to come back and forth, go on there. I don't necessarily recommend that. I was kind of doing it for this demonstration because I want to get this thing on here before I could figure out this bracket system, because this was proprietary and I didn't want to go cutting things and dealing with that. So yeah, you can see that. But now an important thing is we want to get our hook back on. Now that I've already come through here, you don't want to mess this prod up, because if you haven't had this on there yet, some hooks don't fit through. It's a whole thing. Anyways, you're going to get the factor on there. So what you're going to do is just take this, place it through there like that. Take your pin, and you just drop the pin in there. That locks it in there. It'll sit nicely behind there. Then we just got to put our clip back on there. Sometimes easy, sometimes not. Oh, look at that. First time. I probably need a new clip. That guy doesn't look like it fit very well, so I will go ahead and hit up Mr. Justin Andrews from Factor 55 in Warren and get another clip in there. I think I have a bag of them somewhere he sent me, but yeah. So now that guy's on there, I'm gonna bundle this up here, set it up here, and then I'm gonna get to a tree where I can bring this thing in under tension. Actually, I don't want this thing following on the road, so I'm just going to do a little ghetto wrap here until I get somewhere where I can properly attach this to a tree. And I'm just going to put the Jeep in neutral and then bring it in under its own weight, just to make sure this guy is on there extra tight. Tuck that guy right there, and yeah, there we go. Looking extra ghetto. I don't know, kind of cool. Okay, found a tree, got my truck there, ran this thing out, so we're gonna bring it in under some tension and let's see what happens. All right, so just want to get this, yeah, take a strap. Factor 55 here. You want to run this through this, through there, through there, and back around. This is a soft shackle, in case you're not familiar. A little safer and nicer way than a D-ring ball or D-ring shackle. So now we got this on here. Gonna bring this thing in, then we're gonna bring the Jeep in under tension. First thing I'm going to do is tighten up this line. Okay, now you can see we have started to bring it in under tension. And we'll start over here for a moment. Gonna put it in neutral and put that guy up just to give it a little bit of tension. Did not put that up all the way. As you can see, it's getting nice and tight. Bringing the Jeep forward. I think we might be a little tight, so we're gonna loosen that e-brake. Okay, now that's there. I could put it in neutral. I could start to bring this thing in, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit of the brake because we want that line to constantly be under tension. So I'm just giving it a little bit of brake, and we'll just slowly bring this thing in. Like I said, you need that line to be fully taut or it won't even fit on most drums. Give it a little bit of slack. This will actually help us when we're bringing this in. Yeah, so you don't need to have this thing all the way at the end. You can bring it in a little bit. And there you go. So bring this into the end, but be very careful of your fingers. I'm going to switch to this way. Cinch that guy on there, and we should be good to go. We'll hopefully get our off-road this weekend and test it out in some more strenuous situations. But yeah, there you go. There's our winch line installed. At the end of the day, the Bunker winch rope looks like a great option for someone looking for new or replacement winch rope.
Bunker's come around as a new guy, and they have lots of recovery accessories, outdoor camping supplies, tire tools, LED lights, and more. Kind of reminds me of like the Go Rhino when they came around. So it looks like a slightly lower cost alternative to some of the big guys, and I like to give everyone a fair chance. But yeah, it looks like a great product. I can't wait to put it through its paces. And just on the install and the durability test so far, just holding it, I would suggest it. Again, I haven't tried it out in the field. We're looking forward to get there, and that'll be another video. But yeah, looks like a great product so far.